From our point of view, we found Esther to be a supreme translator because she did not have opinions. She was not decided on all kinds of things. She is becoming more decided as she listens to us more and as she applies the things that she is learning from us to the details of her life. She is, in a mental way, coming to hold this knowledge. But still, there are always new things that are erupting in every gathering as a result of what those like you bring to the forum.
Wow.
Whoa.
Odd that we went to so much trouble to get you in the hot seat.
Boy, the crowd loved that. Wow, he got burned there. And I, like you guys are saying,
it was a good response.
I get why this channeler has a big audience. There's no weird voice, like you're saying, a very positive message. I could see why this isn't, like something you see ridiculed all the time. Not a lot of people know about this. I guess you have to be in that spiritual New Age realm to hear about her.
You must be in the right realm.
Such a long, explanation and answer, and then all she gets back is,
wow.
Whoa.
This so far, this makes sense.
Yeah, she got less than that. But that was actually a very genuine reaction. He was just floored by it. And it was a pretty good answer.
It was, and speaking of him being floored, that crowd is floored by everything, and we're gonna hear some more of Abraham just crushing at these live events. Here is some great Abraham banter from a video that they posted called "Some Laughs in Asheville."
I don't really believe in an afterlife, heaven or hell. I really don't believe in reincarnation. I think those things are a cop-out for a mediocre life.
Then how do you explain us? Unfortunately, that's the point that we're making. If you're not including us in your all that is, we are happy that there are other all that isnesses. Because you just extinguished us from being this.
Oh my God.
Wow.
See, always crushing this Abraham, right?
She's killing it.
Yeah. Even if there wasn't that crowd reaction, those are still some very, very good responses.
It's like Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah, I believe you. Just genuine responses.
It is.
Yeah, this Esther person,
great.
though.
And this is actually a pretty long video of just Abraham zingers from Asheville alone from this one show. So here's a few more that I put into a supercut for us to enjoy.
I have a lot of questions. My biggest question is about family.
They're overrated.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
Next. There are a lot of people who would disagree with us, but they would be wrong. Have you ever had a thought about someone that was negative in nature that did not result in their immediate beheading?
My husband's ex-wife.
She survived.
She's still there.
So, if you need us to haunt you,
Anytime.
we are available. Until October 31st, we are under great demand. But after that, our calendar is clear.
Yeah, this is like the Deaf Chandler jam. That crowd is going nuts. This is the funniest thing they've ever heard, just mentioning Halloween. It's great.
Well, yeah, they're clearly not used to having that comedic of a person or channeler approaching
Yeah, to
this
be in
kind
the
of topic.
presence. Yeah, they're already all wrapped up in the channeling and the message, and it's like you crack a single joke in front of these people. Man, we got to get something together, guys. We got to get some.
It's usually not that entertaining. You guys,
She's killing it.
Should we
She's killing it.
Yeah,
but that's
maybe
the
we should have
whole. That's
Rob
the whole
start
thing about it
channeling.
is you can. It's not. I mean, she's not trying to be fake. She's just, or Abraham is being himself. I guess I don't know how to refer to Esther right now as Abraham or Esther, but they're in the moment. They're not putting on some show. It's just funny.
But what is that crowd on? Because they are laughing so hard. These jokes are not that good. They're not even really jokes.
I think
They
it's
said
because they're
stoned
so
out
used
bliss.
to Yeah, they're probably all
Stoned out bliss
stoned.
is acceptable in this world. They probably all orgasmed before they got there. They're all in great moods. That's part of their tenets. This is we got to join them. But there is more. Here is some more laughs in Asheville.
Again, I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Well, it makes perfect sense to crazy people. Like those who have assembled here.
And today I'm ready without question.
All right, then get out. You're up close now. We have the power to kick you out. We're not doing it, but we just want you to know.
And I appreciate knowing that.
What's your relationship with your mother?
It sometimes is fabulous and sometimes very contrasting.
So it's all good. We still party. We talk about how it was a close call on that one. And how you almost had it. We talk about how you were walking down the street, he was walking down the street, you were in a bad mood and you turned the wrong way. We talk about that. We talk about the veritable fortune that you've amassed and how you deprive yourself of it. And we don't laugh at you, but we think it's funny.
That's got to be an Abraham bumper sticker or something. We don't laugh at you, but we think you're funny.
You know what? That was hilarious.
But I did find, before we go, there's a great soundboard clip from that. Rob, play soundboard 1, because if you hear Art Bell say, so far this makes sense, you can say,
well, it makes perfect sense to crazy people.
Oh, burn.
Okay. All right. That fits
I'm not
perfect.
challenging Art.
That fits perfect.
I just think that's one of those things we can use for other things. I like that a lot.
Well, it makes perfect sense to crazy people.
Oh, man. It's like when you tell someone, like, you're pretty. She's like, oh, thank you. Pretty ugly.
It's so condescending.
It is, but it was funny.
I think Rob's right, though. They are laughing way too much. They must have one of those lights above the stage that, flicks on
they don't.
when it's supposed to be a joke.
Laughter.
I watched it. It's
These
pure
people
joy.
are paid per laugh.
It's pure joy. It's pure stoned out bliss, you guys.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
I think
it's more
once you get them tickled, after that, everything else you say, like they're already put in that mood. There's levity. It's easy. Once you get the crowd warmed up, they're ready to laugh at everything.
Could any of y'all see yourself being in a bad mood sitting at this thing watching this? No, of course not. It'd be great.
I would be slapping my knees so hard.
Oh, if we could get a question in on the Chandler thing, just if we could get a seat and you could play one of us on here. It'd be great. But that's unfortunately the last clip of Abraham's crowd work. And there's a few more Chandlers we're going to get to, but before we wrap up with Abraham Hicks, I got to talk some of the ways that they make money, because regardless of what is being channeled, if it's aliens, dead people, whatever, money is usually involved with channeling. And they have a lot of merch available to, those who want to improve themselves through this channeler. They have meditation CDs. They're like $15. They have card sets, like Law of Attraction cards, Vortex cards, and those are like $15. Not bad.
We need to take some notes from them.
Yeah, they also got
some good
books.
shit.
They got books, calendars. Nothing is too pricey. It's not like it's rip-off stuff. They have a Life is Supposed to Be Fun keychain for $10. That's a fun thing.
I'd buy that, I think.
And Esther, she also writes a series of kids' books when Abraham is in her about a girl named Sarah. And they do workshops and cruises. They even do cruises. And that's when things get a little expensive if you're in the Abraham culture. How much
That's where you get coronavirus.
Oh, man.
Sore subject.
But I got to ask you, though, how much do you think just one of those workshops with Abraham costs, guys? What do y'all think?
Wait, how many hours was it?
Well, I don't know. It's like a 5-hour thing, like that thing we were listening to. How much you
thing?
think? How many you think those seats are?
Well, let's see. We got some comedy in there. I'm going to say there were not refreshments. $120.
All right. What about you, Rob?
I'll say $150.
Brendan?
I'm going to say $99.99.
Oh, no. It's actually $225 in advance, $150 at the door.
Wow. God damn.
And She's going to be in L.A. on July 18th, Drea. It hasn't sold out
she's
yet.
Not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised. Well, if everything's all back to normal by then, I guess I'll save some of my tax return for that.
You can look for that, yeah. And she even does shows. She's got a show coming up in Amsterdam, sold out. And this is coming up as well. Maybe we really got to start saving up because the Baltic Sea Vortex of Attraction Cruise is coming.
Ooh.
July 29th through August 10th. That's a 12-day Abraham channeling cruise through the Baltic Sea.
That's definitely going to get suspended or moved for sure.
No,
well, it's not
or
it's
going
or
rescheduled,
or it turns into a 3-week cruise.
All right, before the tickets do turn
winter.
cheap. Before the tickets start cheap, you didn't ruin my bit here. How much do you think the cheapest ticket, just at a steerage level for 12 days on a boat with Abraham, how much do you think a room for it?
Oh, Christ. I mean, look, for the most basic, the lowest level, because there's a lot of different types of rooms on that shit. All right.
God. Lowest runk.
1,500.
Brandon.
1,800.
Rob.
1,200.
Oh, Brandon got close. It's $2,000 for that. Those are sold out. Those cheap seats. Those are
that's the
gone.
lowest. That's the ones with no portal windows.
Yeah.
You got nothing. Oh man.
Mind you're channeling, you're hanging out, you're having fun. The cheapest ones left are about $7,000, and there's some top tier ones for $12,000. And I'm not trying to
more
say
than the Jericho cruise.
But that's any I think any 12-day cruise and you're getting the maximum amenities is going to cost something like that. It's just coincidental that you're doing it for this. I'm not saying any of this is bad. I just wanted to talk about this particular channeler first because I want to get a baseline of what a pleasant channeler who doesn't seem to be ripping people off really badly, and their following consists of. So, you have anything else about Abraham Esther Hicks before we go on?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead. Go.
I want to know, maybe somebody who, when everybody gets back to work, when all this stuff gets back to normal, somebody wants to buy one of those meditation CDs because I want to know if it's like just jokes the whole time or it's actually like a relaxing CD to listen to.
No, I think she's got the serious side. I think when people are ponying up over $200 to go sit in there and do this, then you got to get your jokes in there. So what about you, Rob? Anything else about Abraham?
No, very interesting. Very interesting. It sounds like she's not trying very hard, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because if she's channeling someone, she shouldn't have to really be trying. But no, I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the normal out of the way now because we're going to move on to our next vessel of invisible guests. And this is a man named Daryl Anka. And we're going to hear one of his first TV appearances on something called Choose Your Reality from 1987. I've never heard of this before. And Daryl Anka tells of being a normal guy with a mild interest in aliens until he had multiple UFO sightings, which he talks about here.
Saw a spacecraft over Los Angeles.
13 years ago, 2 times in the same week. 4 friends with me the first time, 2 friends with me the second time, so I had witnesses, thank goodness.
This was not a figment of your imagination.
They all saw it, so if it was a figment, it was a mass figment. And it was very close, broad daylight, physical sightings. The first time not more than about 150 feet away, second time not more than about 60 feet away. And good, long, solid sightings. And what I didn't understand then and what I understand now is that sighting was Bashar's way of sort of tapping my subconscious memory to get me to start accelerating the things I was learning to fulfill an agreement that I had made to do the channeling as I have now discovered.
Okay, honestly, I could have just explained that myself, but I want you guys to hear Daryl Anka pre-transformation because this guy Daryl, who's had a UFO sighting, this dude isn't just getting dragged in front of TV cameras to be Daryl the UFO guy. He is on television because he is the man who channels the galactic being known as Bashar. Now, bring forth Bashar.
Let's meet Bashar.
All right, thank you.
Daryl.
It'll just take me a second.
Sure. I think we have an extra cushion there for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Bashar is coming, I promise. This is not like that smooth transition that we had with Esther or Abraham. This is like a Corton level of wind-up that has to lead to Bashar.